Hello students. Now today actually short sums related to new formulas of statistics. Now for that obvious all of you have to remember new formulas also. And one trick is to this Kamal sir for you. Remember new formulas. Now for that all of you have knowledge about old formulas also. So first of all, I am writing here old formulas, and on that basis we are making the new formulas. So I am writing the formulas. See please. First, Sir Carl Pearson's formula R is equal to sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar. This formula you know already, but on this basis we are making the new short sums formula. That is very important thing. So divide by under root sigma x minus x bar whole square, second under root sigma y minus y bar whole square. So this is the old formula of Carl Pearson, which we have learned in last lectures. Now second formula, I know all of you have a knowledge about it. N sigma xy minus sigma x sigma y divide by root n sigma x square sigma x whole square. Sir, second under root n sigma y square minus sigma y whole square. This is my second formula. And third, so main important formula. Third, which can be used in every type of sum. N sigma u minus sigma u sigma v divide by root n sigma u square minus sigma u whole square. Second under root n sigma v square minus sigma v whole square. So these three formula we know very well. Why you have written again? Because on this basis we are making new formulas. Now try to understand, please. First of all, what we are doing? Sir, remember this formula. And from this formula, I am making here three more formulas. Sir, how three more formulas? See. Divide this numerator by n. Then I am getting one formula. First of all, I am writing this only. See here. Sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar divide by n. Sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar divided by n. Only I am writing this here, and this is the one formula which is known as standard deviation of xy. So this is the formula of Sxy. This is also known as covariance of xy. This is also known as covariance of xy. Standard deviation of xy is equal to sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar divided by It's a simple one formula clear on this basis. Same way, other two formulas also I can make on this basis. Sir, here also divide by n. Write it separately here. You will get second formula. First of all, I am writing here. Root sigma x minus x bar square divided by n, sir. What is the formula? Sir, it's a Sx known as standard deviation of x. Because here only x values is there. So standard deviation of x. Here both is there. So Sxy. Simple. So this is my second formula. On the basis of this formula. Simple. Now, I know very well to all of you. If I am writing here divide by n, then third formula. And I also know you can write its name also. Here x is given. So Sx. Now in second one, sigma y minus y bar square divided by n Sy. Simple. Y is there, so Sy. X is there, Sx. X and y both are there. Sxy. Also known as covariance of xy. So, sir, first of all, these three formulas I have made from what? Sir, this first one. Simple and very easy formula. In this way, you can remember very easily this formulas. Now, sir, in this chapter, actually we need to find only our correlation coefficient. So, can I say here, this numerator is called Sxy. Yes, divisible by n means Sxy. Same way, this under root sigma x minus x bar square divided by n is known as Sx. Sir, another Sy. So we can say numerator is Sxy. In denominator it is Sx and this denominator is Sy. So on this basis I can make formula of R. Sir, R formula? Yes. Correlation coefficient. Numerator is denoted by Sxy. So this is Sxy. Or we can say covariance of xy also. Divide by Sx Sy. So R is equal to Sxy upon Sx into Sy. Now this is the formula of correlation coefficient. So sir, I can say on the basis of one formula, I have make four formulas. 1, 2, 3, and by making combination of this Sxy upon Sx into Sy, we are getting value of R, correlation coefficient, most IMPQ. So basically, generally, this formula is used. Sometimes, instead of Sxy, covariance of xy, we can write here. So covariance of xy divided by standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. So what is this? Standard deviation. Remember 11th standard. In 11th standard, we have already studied measures of dispersants in that all chapters, this is already done. Standard deviation of x, and that is here. Now, on this basis, I can make other formulas also. Sir, how it is possible? See. Sir, covariance of xy. Now, what is the value of covariance of xy? Sir, here, sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar upon n. That is the value of covariance of xy. So, first of all, I am writing here r is equal to, instead of covariance of xy, I am writing here this, its formula. I am writing formula of covariance of xy. So here sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar divided by n. Now try to understand. I am replacing value of only covariance of xy. So covariance of xy is equal to sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar upon n. Now I am not replacing value of Sx and Sy. So Sx and Sy remain same as it is. There is no change in Sx and Sy. I am writing it as it is. So into Sx, into Sy remain as it is in denominator. Now this is my second formula of correlation coefficient. The simplest one. So first formula is covariance of xy divided by Sx into xy. On the basis of this formula is nil. Actually, what is the reality? All of you know. Basic formulas are this. This is the basic formula of Karl Pearson. But here we have done reverse. First we have done other formulas, on that basis we have made this formula. Actually, in reality, what is the basic formula, primary formula given by Karl Pearson? That is this formula. This formula given by Karl Pearson first. And on this basis, all the formulas are prepared. But we have done in reverse situation. All of you know, Kamal sir cannot take by one whatever given in your textbook. It is not needed. Clarity in your mind must be there. And that's why we are doing in this. Now sir, third formula also. Now we are making third formula of R. Correlation coefficient R. Sir, first formula clear. Now you second also. Try it. How we can find it. Now, denominator remains same. First of all, denominator remains same. So I am writing here n Sx Sy. Denominator same. Now logic which is applicable here, that I am applying here also. Think. Sir, this divide by n. Sir, n cancel. What is the answer? Sigma xy. So write down sigma xy minus. Sir, if you are dividing n here, then also here you need to divide by n. Now here something changes. Try to understand it. Now if I am dividing sigma x upon n, what should be the answer? Sir, sigma x upon n is x bar. Think. Sigma x upon n x bar, sigma y upon n y bar. Here only one. If I am writing only one n, sigma x upon n, then I can get value of x bar. So sigma x upon n becomes x bar. So now sigma y as it is. Can we write this? Yes, you can write. You can write. But here to make proper formula, what they have done, they have divided here n also. Now here 1 n, here 2 times n, so not possible. So what they have done? Multiply n also. So n cancel, original sigma y as it is, and 1 n which is divided by here also and here also. In both the situations same. But what they have done to make formula properly, they have divided 2 times n. Sigma x upon n, x bar, sigma y upon n, y bar. So answer of this, sigma y upon n is y bar, and n multiplication remains same. So here n is written. In this way, this third formula is prepared. This is the real logic. This is the real logic which is applied here. But now try to understand. Sir, logically, some students are interested in logic. Some students are not interested in logic. Sir, we will remember this thing directly. Don't apply logic. So for that I am not explaining these things. I am explaining these things only and only for that students who get my target. And all of you know. Now for weak students, sir, tell us only formula. So remember this formula directly. Don't apply any logic. Remember directly. Apply in your sums. Do your sums yourself. Simple. But I try to make easy this. Sir, denominator same. N, Sx, Sy denominator remains same. Now what you have done? Suppose this is my original formula. Some students are making their own rules and that is applicable. Don't worry. We can remember this thing easily. Sir, take this n from here and put it back. Simple. So n is taken from here and put it back. So here only sigma xy minus as it is and n. Now instead of sigma x, sigma y, write down x bar and y bar. Complete, simple. Division remains same. This is the third formula of correlation coefficient R. So sir, first formula, covariance of xy upon sx into sy, you can write sxy upon sx into sy. Sir, second formula, sigma x minus x bar, y minus y bar upon n sx sy. That is made on this basis. Covariance of xy means this, sigma x minus x bar, y minus y bar upon n, and sx sy remains same. Now denominator remains same. Take n, put it back. Sigma xy minus n. Instead of sigma x, sigma y, write down x bar, y bar. That's it. This is my third formula. So don't worry about it. So now whatever sums are remaining in this chapter, whatever sums, that all the sums you can do on this basis. Or you can use this also. These are generally for short sums. In short sums, all the sums are there. But generally, now sir, how we can identify when we are using these formulas or when we are using this formula? How we can identify it? Now, remember only one line of Kamal sir. Whenever information about standard deviation of x or standard deviation of y or both standard deviation of x or standard deviation of y, variance of x, variance of y, any one information given from all these things, then you have to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from these 6 formulas only. you have to use this formulas only. This formulas is not applicable at that time. Again I am repeating. Remember only one line. If standard deviation of x or standard deviation of y or variance of x or variance of y. Actually, what is the variance? All of you know. Sir, sx square sy square is variances. And if we are finding root of that, your root is given. It means it's xx and sy. Simple. And this formula is already used in 11th standard also. So please try to understand. Variance given or standard deviation is given. Any one value is given. Then you have to use this short sums formula. And if this information is not available in short sum is there, then you have to use these three normal formulas or Spearman formula. If ranks are given, then Spearman formula. In this way, we can identify the formulas. Now, to clear the concept and to use these formulas, we are doing this sum. So we are doing one sum, which is given in your textbook only. Don't worry, I am not making my sum here. After this lecture, by using this all formulas, you can solve each and every short sum. And that is your homework. Whatever sums are remaining to do that sums and submit it. Now see, question. In your textbook, one illustration is there, illustration number 14, and that illustration number 14, sub questions 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sub questions are given. Now from that we are doing first illustration number 14, question number 1. Now what is given in that illustration? I am reading now. N is equal to 20. So here n given. N is equal to 20. So second, covariance of xy minus 50. So covariance of xy is equal to minus 50 given. Next things are Sx, standard deviation of x. Sx 15 is given. Sx 15 is given. So second, standard deviation of y 8 is given. So standard deviation of y is equal to 8 is there. Now this is given to you. Now think, which formula is applicable to find correlation coefficient? Sir, covariance of xy, there is only one formula in which covariance of xy is used. So this covariance of xy divided by sx into sy. This is the formula. So here we are writing R is equal to covariance of xy into sx divided by sx into sy. Now replace the values which is already given. This is the short sum of 2 marks only. So covariance of xy minus 50. So write down minus 50. Sx, sx 15. Sy 8. Now calculate in your calculator. Minus 50 divided by 15 divided by 8. And you will get the answer minus 0.4167. So approximately I can write 0.42. So this is the value of our correlation coefficient completed. That's it. Simplest one. In this way we can solve sum by using these formulas. Now we are taking one more formula, one more sum also. See, second sum. In second sum what is given, sir? So in second sum, n is equal to 10. Again n 10. Sigma x minus x bar. Y minus y bar value is given. And that values are 60. Then after, what is given? Variance of x. That what is written? Variance of x. Now variance of x is equal to 25 is given. Same way second word is given, variance of y, 36. So variance of y, 36. Now try to remember. Sir, variance means sx square and sy square. If variance is there. Now variance of x, it means this is the value of sx square. And same way, variance of y, sy square. Simple. Now, sir, remember which formula we are applying here. Now try to understand. Sigma x minus x power y minus y this formula. Now in this formula, we are replacing the values. So directly, this formula is written, understood. Now we are replacing value in this formula. Sigma x minus x power y minus y 60. So write down 60. N, sir, n is equal to 10. Sir, here n was not used. Is it compulsory to use all the things whatever given to you? It is not a compulsion. And that's why here in formula n is not there. So not used. Here n is there. So use n. Sigma. Now sx. Sir, here sx square is given. We don't know sx. Not worry. Find its root. So make the root of this. Becomes sx. So root of 25 is 5. Sir. Simple. Same find root of this also. We are getting sy 6. So sir, sx is equal to 5, sy is equal to 6. Simplest one. Now we can use here sx and sy because square we cannot write here. So into 5 into 6. Now sir, 0 0 cancel. 6 1s are 6. 1 upon 5. 5 2s are 10. 0.21. Simple. So value of r is 0.2. In this way, you can solve all the sums given in your textbook. And if you have any difficulty, call me and ask me. Thank you very much. Today we have completed all the short sums. Now only one thing is remaining. Typical sum. Very hard sum. That is remaining. We are seeing in next lecture. Thank you very much.